Alright, so I'm here in Chennai, India right now, and I want to tell you about an experience that I recently had, which to me also shows the importance of, traveling as a female solo traveler around India, the importance of boundaries and expectations and things like that. Because I think that, it's important to be able to say no and to understand cultural norms so that, I don't get myself into any sticky situations. So anyway, here's what happened. So earlier today, I was coming from my hostel, and this really nice guy who's been in the hostel, he offered to take me where I was going on a motorbike. So, sorry if it's loud, by the way, it's India, so this is just part of it. So anyway, he offered to take me where I was going. I was going not too far, which was really sweet. He was on a scooter. Took him up on the offer, He gave me a ride to a restaurant that I could check out, as well as pointed out some things. I was looking for a SIM card, whatever. So super sweet and helpful. Now, he was like, listen, maybe we can meet up. I can show you around more, blah, blah, blah. Now listen, I'm okay with getting an impromptu ride, And even with that, you have to be careful. I just kind of knew that it would be okay. Also, I'm crazy, because to be honest, whenever just in general I'm gonna go with a stranger, I have a plan in my mind of what I'm gonna do if things go awry. So even though I did feel comfortable accepting a ride from this guy, I had it in my mind well, if at any point I feel uncomfortable when this scooter slows down, I could just hop off. I might injure my foot, or when I fall over, something could happen. But if I'm really concerned about my well-being, I will hop off the moving vehicle. I don't know, that's just how I am. I don't really care. Okay, so, but the point is, so he was like, let's exchange information, we can meet up later, blah, 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 I can show you more stuff. Absolutely not. And this is the thing where, he didn't do anything wrong. He's super polite and nice, and maybe it was a completely innocent offer from him. But here's what I also know. I know that in India, women don't go around with men that they're not married to. It would be really inappropriate for a woman to just be hanging out with this man. And because of that, I don't want him to get the wrong idea. It's if he's taking me around and we're hanging out, he might think I'm romantically interested in him, or might think that I'm open to some sort of hooking up. And by the way, if you are, then whatever, then it's okay to give those signals. But if you're not, it's important to be aware that in India, that can be taken as a signal, right? Hanging out with him, looking at him, smiling. They're things that are very normal for the West. It's not any sort of big deal. But here in India, for sure, if you're going out with a dude, he's taking you around, even if it starts out seeming really innocent, it can easily turn left if that's not the direction that you wanted to head. Now, by the way, I'm just walking down the street talking to you, because the truth is I'm about to do a U-turn right now, because I think I actually really want to be in this direction. So ignore that U-turn. We're gonna go back. But cultural norms was appropriate, and being able to say no, and I have to put myself first. I'm a female solo traveler in India. I can't be worried about hurting some random dude's feelings. I can't be worried about, oh, is it rude? Oh, is he gonna get mad? Well, he just offered to take me around. Well, is it gonna seem bad if I say no and I decline? I don't have any plans. Should I make up a lie? I've heard of some women, they wear fake wedding rings in India. They make up all these elaborate stories, which, by the way, if that makes people feel comfortable and safe, I don't knock that at all. Everyone needs to do what they need to do to feel comfortable. Me personally, I don't do that because I don't feel I should have to, and I don't have to, right? So they ask me, which people do sometimes ask me, are you married? Men on the street, they're all curious about what I'm doing. Hi. They're friendly and nice. This is the other thing that I love about India. People genuinely are friendly and nice, and there are a lot of men on the street, and that can seem intimidating, I think, as a foreigner and as a woman. But the truth is, most of these men are so nice and so kind, you just saw back then. As soon as I turned and looked at them, they're smiling and waving. And anyway, but so even though a lot of men here are super nice and are super kind, it's just important to not send the wrong signals. And being an American, even, by the way, eye contact with a smile Indian women don't really do that with men that they don't know. So it's just like if you do that and you're coming to India, it could really be taken the wrong way, which can seem awkward, like how it's smiling and, you know, just being polite be taken the wrong way, but it can. So that's it. It's important, being a female solo traveler, to be able to say no, decline certain offers, and yeah, hanging out with Indian guys, like kind of unsupervised, can lead people on. So if you don't want to do that, oh, what is this over here? By the way, I'm always looking at things. It's like baked goods and things like that. But anyway, I'm going to be traveling around India for the next month and a half. So make sure you subscribe to see what's going to come. There's going to be food, shopping, all sorts of things. I'm just going to be having a good time. So you can subscribe and come with me on this journey. And then after that, I'm going to Paris, France, and we'll be around Europe. So there's a lot that you'll want to check out. Stay tuned. More people are like smiling at me and looking at me making these videos, which is hilarious. Anyway, catch you later.